Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you are here on a Friday, and every Friday is a crochet catch up, and that is where I fill you in on all the crochet happenings in the past week. Now, be prepared for quite a short-lived video today because it is becoming apparent that my crochet time has significantly dwindled since starting my new job, but that is okay. I will still come on and show what I can when I can, and I will still crochet at any opportunity I have, even if those opportunities are few and far between. So as you know, I have done Tile of the Week. That was yesterday's video. If you haven't yet gone and seen that, please do go and head over to that video. So that is part of the crocheting that I have done. Other crochet that I have done this week is not something that I can show because it is for Magazine Makes. That is coming up next week. So I have done what I needed to do with that, and I will feature that on Monday. So there was crocheting, I just can't show it all. I also did a few more of the hexagons I am making for the charity that I'm planning to donate to over the year, NHAP, Needles, Hooks, Angels and Premies. But again guys, I've shown you the hexagons a lot and I didn't really think that it would be worth showing them again. When I get a few more done, I might bring them back just to remind you all. But I only have 3 of the green left to do, and then I will have done 4 of the 7 colours. So there is progress on those. And I did also manage to get 1 round in my 2 colour granny, but it really isn't showing just 1 round's worth of progress on that. So I haven't brought that to show you either. But I do have 2 FOs that I am happy to share with you today, guys. So one of my 24 goals for 2024 was to revisit Tunisian crochet. It is not something that I have enjoyed in the past, but I wanted to give it a bit more of a fair crack. And my beautiful yarny friend Linan over at Nina's Knots Crochet. Yes, Nina's Knots Crochet. Do you know what? I always stumble over Linan's channel because so many of us confused her with Nan's Next Knots, not because they have similar channels, it's just with the knots and the ends and everything, it just gets a little bit jumbled. But it is Nina's Knots Crochet. I will link her channel down below because every Tuesday she is doing a segment called Tunisian Tuesday where she is showing us various different Tunisian stitches, and I myself have decided to make washcloths using these stitches. Just so that I can practice them, I can give them a go, but I'm not committing myself to a really big project, and it means that I am revisiting Tunisian, like I said, for one of my 24 goals for 2024. I have done all of the stitches so far, and this week was no different, and I believe it was the Tunisian double stitch this week. So again, I went into my good old faithful cotton tote there at the top, and I grabbed one of my cottons and I decided to give this stitch a go. Now, out of all of the stitches we have done so far, this one isn't a favourite, just purely because of the gaps in between the stitches, because they are taller, bigger stitches. There are quite a few gaps in between. That might also be a tension thing, I'm not 100% sure. But what I did love about it is that it grew really quickly, so I didn't have to do as many rows this week. So that is a big pro point for me, or a plus point for me. I am literally just doing these washcloths, dishcloths, whatever, and I'm putting them in a kitchen drawer, and if people need a cloth, there are going to be plenty of cloths. Yeah, so that is where I'm at with that. I, as usual, used my 6mm inexpensive aluminium Tunisian hook that I got a set of from Amazon, and actually Mike bought this as a gift for me when I said I wanted to give it a go a year or 2 now ago. And I got my Lily's Sugar and Cream in this yellow colour, and I have left the ball band where I actually made it. I cannot remember what this colour is. So apologies for that. I might put a little note in the description box what colour it actually is. But as you can see, I have plenty left, so I can make more things with it. And yes, and actually this week, rather than doing my chaining and my foundation single crochet row, I actually just did my Tunisian setup row. I followed Linan to the T. I put my beginning stitches into the back bumps of the chain, and I started my stitching from there. And I hadn't done that yet, but I did do that this week. I'm still not massively falling in love with Tunisian. I think it is a really nice way of doing crochet. I just am not getting that spark or that love that I have got for traditional crochet. But I am enjoying this journey with Linan. So yeah, I don't think it's something that I am going to be taking up, you know, to make things, you know, for myself or anything like that. But to follow along with Linan is wonderful. Her tutorials are really clear and easy to understand. I am loving her teaching style. It clicks with me. I'm able to just crack on, literally. Once I have either done the foundation single crochet row, or now that I've done the setup row like Linan does, I literally just already chain and do that before I click her video on. I wait for her to demonstrate how to do the stitch, and then I'm already stitching along with her when she goes through it 2 or 3 times with us, and I let her whole video play. But you know, really, I only need the first 2-3 minutes, and then I could be going away. But you know what? Watch time, guys. I still watch it from beginning to end. It's incredibly important. So yes, myself and Linan went on a journey this week to do the Tunisian double stitch, and it's okay. Now, my stitches are leaning slightly. If this was a bigger project or something more important than a washcloth or a dishcloth, I probably would block it. But because it is a washcloth or a dishcloth, I am not going to bother blocking it, because as you can see, it's more like a rhombus than a square. But who cares, guys? It's a washcloth or a dishcloth. I managed to do the stitch. My lighting isn't great. Let me see if I can change that so that you can see clearer. That might be better. Very similar to a traditional double crochet, just with a slight twist. I don't know if I'm showing you the back. I might be showing you the back. Let's do that way as well. I think that might actually be the front. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't know which is the front or the back, but I'll show you both ways anyway. In fact, this way probably looks better because of these nice little side wavies underneath the stitches, whereas on the back you've got the bumps. So yeah, I would deduce that this is the back with these little bumpies, and this is the front with the little sideways V's at the bottom and tops of the stitches. So there you go. But do you see what I mean? It's quite holy. You can see through it quite a bit. So yeah, fast and quick to make up, but not my favourite of the stitches we've done so far. But that's okay, because there's stitches in traditional crochet that I'm not keen on. You all know that. Puffs, bobbles, all of that kind of jazz. Crab stitch. There are a few that I really don't enjoy, and you're not going to enjoy every single stitch, because that would just be impossible. We would all then just be the same robotic sheeple if we all liked everything. So it's okay to have an opinion. My sides are a smidgy bit better. I have been struggling with my sides. I think tension is still maybe a small factor in my Tunisian, but overall I have a usable piece at the end of it, and I have another stitch in my arsenal. So there we go. That is my double stitch Tunisian washcloth. So I am looking forward to see what stitch we are doing with Linan again next week. And like I said, if you are not familiar with Linan, please can I ask that you go and familiarise yourself, because she is a wonderful yarny friend of mine. She has always been so loving and supportive of me and this channel. She has some fabulous content, not just her Tunisian Tuesdays, but all of the content she does I really enjoy. It really does feel like you're just sitting down and crocheting with a friend when you watch her videos, and I really, really love it. So go and acquaint yourself, go and say hi. You will not regret it. And Nan, if you're watching, hey, thank you so much. Yes, so that is my first FO for this week. And even though, like I said, it's not a principle that I have absolutely fallen hook, line and sinker for, I am still enjoying this process, and I am genuinely looking forward to seeing what stitch we're going to do next week, because it might just take that one stitch and I might be hooked, and I'm willing to keep going to see if that happens, because don't limit yourself, guys, is what I'm saying. Right, so I will link Lenan's channel and that tutorial for this stitch down below as well, so check it out and make one for yourselves if you wish to. Now the next FO is Cinnamon Stitches Phoenix Shawl. I have shown this for the last couple of weeks, and this is another 24 goals for 2024, because I pledged that I always wanted a Cinnamon Stitches pattern on my hooks, and I have already completed it. So after I have featured it on this video, I hopefully will be able to get it packaged up soon and sent to its intended recipient, because it will be a hug for a lovely friend of mine. And of course I'm not going to tell you who, because that will spoil the surprise, but I hope the person it's intended for really does love it and enjoy it. And just as a little hint, the person I am intending to send it to has seen it on these Crochet Catch Ups, and they said it's stunning, so I'm pretty confident that they are going to love it. So here it is. I will show you the finished item, and actually guys, I didn't have long to go on this at all, so it was really quick just to finish off. I could have carried on and put the remainder of the crystal cake in, but then I had the idea that it might be quite nice to send a little bit of the yarn so that they can make another little something with it. It won't be much because I haven't left much, but it'll be enough to make a little something, or just to put in their stash as memories of being a gift from me. Whatever, they can do whatever they want with it. I really don't mind. But here it is, and remember guys, it is much bigger than my wingspan. It is absolutely huge, as my kids would say, which is gigantic and huge. Because if I did my wingspan, you can't even see. So here we go. Let's do it like this. There we are. Oh yes, isn't that gorgeous? You can actually see all the different shades of purple. So I will go through the yarn stats one more time in just a minute, but here it is. And if I show you the other side, because clearly I'm either showing you the back or I put my stitch marker on the wrong side, but where that stitch marker is, guys, is where I showed you last week. So I have literally just bordered it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, Jen from Cinnamon Stitches is absolutely fabulous. I am pretty sure that each and every one of you that watch me are already a part of Cinnamon Stitches channel. But if on the very rare chance that you're not, I will of course put her channel link down below. I will also put a link to this tutorial down below as well. Again, so easy to follow, so enjoyable. I feel like I'm crocheting with a friend. It is absolutely wonderful, and it is so customizable, and she even encourages you to customize it to suit you or the recipient you're intending to gift it to, because you can do, if she does like 4 rows of a stitch and you only want to do 2, just do 2. If she does just 2 rows of a stitch but you really love it and you want to do 10, do 10 rows. She said make it your own. She is just giving you the recipe to come up with your own creation, and isn't it just a gorgeous creation? So I will show the border up close just so that you can see it a bit better. How am I going to do this? There we go. You might be able to see it a smidgy bit clearer there, but it really does give a lovely band of stitches all the way around the triangle just to finish it off beautifully. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that it's, you know, that sparkle in there. It's not the traditional like glittery stellina. It is more of a silver, because it's blown yarn. part of that chain that the fibres are blown into is that silver, so it's actually deep inside that yarn, but there is enough of it to make a big impact. And you really can see all those different shades of purple, guys. It is absolutely stunning. I love it. So Jen, if you're watching, thank you again for a marvellous tutorial. Like I said, I hope the person that will be gifted this will love it. I suppose I could try and wrap it around me so you have some idea of how big it is. It is jai huge, guys. So here we go. Hang on, let me just grab the corner. See, there is just plenty of huggableness in this. It is wonderful, and it will keep you lovely and warm. And it's still beautiful and decorative and sparkly and purplicious. Just absolutely beautiful. So there is the finished shawl. Let me just give you the stats on the yarn. So I used my 7mm Clover and More for this one. There we go. There it is, sunshiny, happy yellow. And then the yarn, here is what is left. So there is still an okay sized cake left. I have put the yarn band in there so that if my recipient is collecting yarn labels, because they will be the one to finish the cake, they can keep the label, plus the shawl is theirs. I cannot claim that label because I am gifting some of the cake to the recipient. So I have left the yarn band in there, but it is an all right size. Like I said, something small, nothing major, but it's all I've got left, guys. And then just to refresh your memory, it is the Karen Crystal Cakes by Yarnspirations. It is the colour Dusk, and it is a medium 4-weight. They recommend 5mm knitting needles or 5mm crochet hooks. Machine washable and dryable on low. Do not iron, do not bleach, do not dry clean, so lay flat to dry or do the low tumble dry. It is 64% acrylic, 24% polyester, 7% nylon and 5% metallic. These were 8.5 ounces or 240 grams each, 634 yards or 580 meters. And where was it made? Let me see, made in India. So I am going to keep this yarn band because I did use all of it in its entirety. So this one's going to go into my collection. And like I said, the other yarn label is going to go to the recipient for them to either throw away because they don't collect them, or keep for themselves for their yearly total once they have used the rest of this cake. And also to give them the information on washing instructions, the fibre content, etc, etc. So there we have it. That's my 2 FOs for this week. And now, once again, I am in the quandary of trying to decide between Cinnamon Stitch's wonderful patterns which one I am next going to get on my hook. Now, her premiere week is coming up soon. I think it's in March sometime. But I don't know how soon in March, so I may have to get a project on my hooks leading up to that, waiting for that. And then if Premiere Week hits and there are patterns in that I really want to make, I will either make them after the current one on my hook, or I'll put the current one on my hook to one side and get one of the Premiere Yarn Week, whatever she calls it, one of those patterns, and then go back to the other one. I don't know yet. We are just going to have to wait and see. But I will be getting, regardless, one of her patterns on my hook because it's one of my goals. And I do believe that this is it the second or the third Cinnamon Stitches pattern I've already completed this year? I think it might be the third, you know. Don't quote me on it, but I think it might be. So yeah, Jen, I think I might be going through pretty much all of your tutorials over the next year. If I keep going at this pace, who knows? But like I said at the start of the video, my crocheting time has been massively dented with the fact that I am now working full time, but I am trying to get stuff done as and when I can. I'm not putting pressure on myself. If I don't have a lot to show, I don't have a lot to show, but I will always come on and give you a video anyway, and keep you up to date with what I have managed to do, even if it is just a smidgy bit, because progress is progress, right? Even if you just put one stitch in, it's still progress from where you were before that stitch. So that is the ethos I am going to be taking. But yes, that is all I have for you today. So please do come back tomorrow, because there is an episode of Label My Library, I believe. And we are planning to go live as usual, 9 PM UK time or 4 PM Eastern, straight after Granny D. So it would be wonderful if you'd like to come to our house for a chat while you craft. It is just a chilled, laid back, see where the conversation takes us. I don't have a theme, I don't have a topic, I don't have, you know, stuff to show you or anything like that. It is literally a big old group of friends that just want to come together for a couple of hours and have a little bit of a chin wag while we crochet. It's just chill on my lives, and that is how I like it. It's just a good chance to speak to you all once a week and catch up. So yes, feel free to come by, and if lives are not your thing, I completely understand. Like I said, there is the Label My Library video, and then there will be a video again on Monday, which will be the magazine makes, plus lots more to come in the week ahead. So either I will see you at the live or I will see you on Monday, but either way, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope you get up to some fun, and if not, I hope you get some really nice time and look after yourselves, basically, because that's what I'm planning to do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you get going. So until I see you again, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.